Well, hello, and welcome back to another video. Now, this one is a bit of a different one from what I usually do. We're taking a break from football shirt content to do sort of a different video that I've wanted to do for quite a while. I think it'd be quite fun to do, just a little experiment. And that is ranking the 92. So yeah, I'm just going to be giving my opinion on every 92 club. We're going to put them in a tier list. As you can see, we've got the tiers of beloved, solid lads, neutral, no, franchise rats, guess you can go in there, and then Derby. So yeah, we're just going to be ranking the 92 based on my personal opinion, really. So apologise if you support one of these clubs and I put them in one of the bottom tiers, but yeah, the game is the game. So yeah, I think there's no better place to start than with my beloved, and that is Nottingham Forest. So you get in there where you belong, lovely stuff. And then of course, Derby can go in there, and where are they? The franchise rats can go in there as well, because I absolutely despise them. Don't hate them as much as Derby, because, you know, they're Derby, but they're down there. Let's be real. We're just going to pick clubs at random, just see, you know, what I think of them. Alright, we put Mansfield. There are some solid lads. Notts County, where are you? You're also some solid lads. You know, the Nottingham clubs, they might not like us, especially these, the Magpies, but yeah, I've got a little soft spot for them. I always like to see them do well, and the same as Mansfield as well. And Nigel Clough, their manager, ex-Forest lad, and yeah, he's doing a great job with Mansfield. So it's always good to see those two succeed, and of course us as well. Burton, I have a soft spot for as well. Obviously, they've let us use the Pirelli for our pre-season games in the past, and I just think they're a nice team. To be honest, I've got no ill will towards them. Something about them I just like, you know. They're in my ideal Premier League video as well. Up the Brewers, I guess. Up the Doggy Daycare Reds. Pompey, very solid club. My mate supports them as well, so I always like to see them do well. They're in the Championship now, which is class. Hopefully they can cement themselves there. I think they will. They're not doing too well at the moment, I think he won't mind me saying, but they're a class team and they should hopefully establish themselves in the Championship and then make a little Premier League push, because I'd like to see that. AFC Wimbledon, class team, very historic English team, and then unfortunately the franchise rats happened. It's good to see them playing football again. I know their pitch took some damage quite recently, but always had a soft spot for AFC Wimbledon. You always want to see them do well, I think. I think if you support football, you support AFC Wimbledon. And I also love their gimmick of whenever they're playing MK Dons, they never mention them whatsoever. It is hilarious. So keep it up, AFC Wimbledon. You're doing well. And Millwall, for some reason I've got a soft spot for Millwall as well. I don't know why. I've got no affiliation with the club whatsoever. I know they have the "No One Likes Us" moniker, but you know, they're a decent club, I think. Let's get Leicester City put in no. You know, they're not a rival of Forest, I wouldn't say. They like to think we contest an East Midlands derby. I wouldn't call it that. But they're a bit weird. Don't really like them. Who else don't I really like? Let's throw some teams under the bus here. Yes, you. Not a fan of Luton Town. Now, their story to get into the Premier League was a fairy tale story, and that's completely fine. I accept that. But just their attitude in the Premier League, and especially against us, don't really like them, to be fair. And now they're struggling in the Championship, so hold that. Another team that I'm not a fan of, Sheffield United. I just don't really like them. I don't think they like us, and I don't like them. Not really a fan of the club itself. I definitely prefer this Sheffield club to them. So I'm going to say West Bromwich Albion. I quite like them, to be fair. Again, not sure why, but they're just a club I like. I'd like to see them back in the Premier League. It'd be pretty cool. Proper Barclays club, I think. So yeah, get them back up there. They're a solid bunch of lads, definitely. Now that I'm looking at it, there are not really many teams that I just don't really like, to be honest. I'm going to be neutral on quite a few teams. A little spoiler alert there. I'm just trying to... Brentford, I don't really like. Fair play, you've established yourself in the Premier League, playing some decent football, to be fair, and you've done some good business, but just don't like them. Just a bit annoying, really. Who else we got going on here? I'm trying to think, like, are there any clubs I just don't like? Yeah, Bournemouth. I'm not really a fan, purely because they're our bogey team. If we could beat them, then they'd probably be a neutral team, but we just can't, so I don't like you for the moment. But hey, things change, you never know, you might be a neutral team in the future. Ah yes, how could I forget Manchester United? I absolutely hate Manchester United with a passion, and I'm so happy we beat them at the City Ground last season. That game was amazing. Probably one of my favourite Forest memories, to be honest, beating those lot at the City Ground. Class. Their rivals, I'm quite neutral on, to be fair. I know it's probably quite trendy to hate Manchester City, and what they have done to the Premier League, made it sort of a Farmers League, isn't good. But overall, as a club, I don't really mind them. I actually think they're quite likeable. Some of the players have got, Erling Haaland, fan of him. Jack Grealish as well, love that fella. I don't like Manchester City by any stretch of the imagination, but I don't hate them either. I'm just ambivalent towards them, shall we say. Who else we got? Liverpool. Now, I think Liverpool are quite a interesting one in the eyes of Forest supporters. There's a lot of people who consider them the old enemy back when we were in the First Division, challenging Liverpool for the title. We had some pretty fiery clashes between the two, and of course, the very unfortunate Hillsborough disaster as well was between Liverpool and Nottingham Forest. So there's a lot of history between the two clubs, and I know maybe older supporters won't like Liverpool, but personally, I've not got any ill will towards them. My girlfriend supports Liverpool. I don't like Liverpool, but I don't hate them either. I'm very neutral on Liverpool. Very happy we beat them at Anfield, though. That was class. And I'm also neutral on their Merseyside rivals, Everton. I don't hate Everton either. I know we've had some history recently, points deductions and relegation scraps, but I don't hate Everton. Don't hate them. Who else we got going on here? Wrexham. Wrexham's an interesting one, because they are very much just being funded by rich owners and have walked the league because of it and managed to sign players well above their station, like Paul Mullin, for example. And when they were battling Notts County for promotion from the National League, I really wasn't a fan of them. But since that story has kind of fizzled out, and I don't really mind them that much anymore, but I wouldn't like to see them in the Championship, to be honest. I'll be real. So they're going in no. I don't really hate them, but I'm not really neutral on them either. I have a negative opinion on Wrexham. We'll put it that way. Just want to whack some teams in neutral. Bristol Rovers, don't mind you. You had Brandon Aguilera last season, he scored a brilliant goal. Hull City, don't mind you. Don't want to get mauled by the Tigers though, but with your current league position, that's not really an issue. Barnsley, yeah, no ill towards Barnsley. Bradford City, up the gaffers and all that. Who else we got going on here? Birmingham City, don't mind the Blues. Aston Villa, don't mind the Villains either. I think they're quite a good club, to be fair. Charlton Athletic, don't mind you. Always liked your logo. think you're a pretty cool club, so you'll get a neutral from me, as well as Coventry City, don't mind you. You've had some pretty cool kits recently. Blackburn Rovers, decent team, don't mind them. Would love to see them back in the Premier League as well. Quite a storied club. Ipswich Town, don't mind them either. Bromley Football Club, first time in the EFL, I believe, in their history, or at least a very long time, so don't mind them either. Might need to add another tier to this list, I think. Just clubs I don't really have an opinion on. Blackpool, Bristol City, Bolton Wanderers, Wycombe Wanderers, Stoke City, you can be a neutral actually. What's that, Leyton Orient? Yeah, you're not really have an opinion on, yeah. Cardiff City, no, because of the old Emiliano Sala debacle. Probably not your fault, but then you're suing them for vast amounts of money after the fact, which isn't great. Cambridge United, don't really care. Arsenal, no, don't like you one bit, but would prefer you to win the title over Manchester City for once. But I don't like Arsenal. Cheltenham, don't really care. Chesterfield FC, yeah, you're alright. Enjoyed a trip to your stadium pre-season. You got Will Grigg, he's on fire. Yeah, Chesterfield are alright, to be fair. Another local team, I'd say, so they get a bit of a bonus on there. Colchester United, cool badge, but don't really care. Barrow, again, don't really care. Brighton Hove Albion, yep, you're alright. Before we got to the Premier League, they were the Premier League team I probably liked to watch the most. My opinion of them has gone down. So before we got promoted, they'd definitely be a solid lad, but since we got promoted and we play them regularly, they've gone down in my estimations. Burnley, you're just there, don't really care. Thanks for helping us stay up, lads. Accrington Stanley, actually solid lads, Funny story about Accrington Stanley. So back when it was FIFA 10, so around FIFA 10, FIFA 11, I had that on the Nintendo Wii because my dad wanted FIFA. And he did an Accrington Stanley career mode, and then he played online play where he beat Barcelona as Accrington Stanley. So they've always got a positive memory in my mind back in those FIFA days. So they're a solid group of lads, I think. Gillingham, I don't really care, but your badge is quite cool. How it says Gills in it. Fulham, neutral. You're all right. Grimsby Town, again, neutral. Crew Alexandra, don't really care. Living Crew, Born in crew, living crew, dying crew. Kind of sad, but can just be in the no opinion category. Fleetwood Town, don't really care. Huddersfield Town, no. How's the championship campaign going, guys? That you didn't get promoted? Oh yes, you're in League One. Hold that. Harrogate Town, don't really care, but their badge is quite cool. Leeds United, no. No real explanation behind it. Just don't like them. Simple as that. Lincoln City, you're alright. You had Brennan Johnson on loan. Crawley Town, again, don't really care, but I hope you get your crypto bro issues sorted. Chelsea, you're alright. Don't really mind them, to be honest. Doncaster Rovers, yes, you're alright. Don't mind you either, lads. Crystal Palace, again, don't mind you. Probably one of the best Premier League sets of supporters we've had at the City Ground when we've played them. I think they're a pretty solid team. Got some nice kits, got some cool players. They're alright. Sunderland, again, quite neutral on them. I think they're a decent team. Would be nice to see them back in the Premier League. They're just decent, really. Exeter City, no real opinion on them. Carlisle United, again, no real opinion. Middlesbrough, you're alright. Don't mind you. Morecambe, don't really have an opinion, but your badge is cool. Yep, Newcastle United, get in there. You're on a decent side as well. Newport County, don't really care. Northampton Town, don't really care. Norwich, you're alright. Don't really mind you. Haven't played you in a while. I think we played you in a behind closed doors friendly on our promotion season, and I think we won. So yeah, that's alright, but I haven't played him in a while. Oxford United, you're alright, don't mind you. Peterborough United, again, don't mind you. The Posh, you're okay. Plymouth Argyle, don't really care, to be honest. Port Vale, again, don't really care. Preston North End, don't mind you. Pretty decent side. Always challenging for that mid-table spot. I'd like to see Preston back in the Premier League, to be fair. I think that'd be an interesting thing to behold. QPR, don't really care. Reading, again, don't really care, but you have to relegate Derby in that season, so thank you for that, lads. Rotherham United, you're okay. Play a song, please. He needs more game time. Salford, no. Bought out by the class of 92 plus some billionaire. Changed the colours, changed the logo. Don't really care about them. Do they have any fans? Maybe like one or two. Their floodlights are in the shape of their badge though, so that's cool. Shrewsbury Town, again, don't really care. Southampton are the Scummers for my Pompey supporting mate, so by association I don't like them. Plus we can test the Tree Derby in the Premier League, and we won the first leg, so hold that. Stevenage, don't really care now Steve Evans is gone. No fatty fist pumps. Stockport County, no real opinion. Swansea, yeah, you're alright. Swindon Town, yep, you're pretty good. You did hold the record for the most goals conceded in a Premier League season until Sheffield United came along, so well done for that. Well done for that, lads. Spurs, you're actually quite positive in my opinion. They were the Premier League team I quote-unquote supported until Forest got promoted. I say supported, I just wanted them to win their games, to be honest. I don't mind Tottenham, and they've got Jed Spence and Brendan Johnson there, so, you know, always looking out for them to do well, apart from when they play us. Tranmere Rovers, you know, you're alright. Biggest club in Merseyside, in my opinion. Walsall, don't care. Watford, you're alright. Thanks for giving us Zinkenoglu that one time. West Ham United, yep, you're alright. Wigan Athletic, pure Barclays men, solid team. Got Dale Taylor at the moment, lovely. And Wolves, no. Purely for the Gibbs White drama. That's it. That is my ranking of the 92. So that's my ranking of the 92 clubs in the EFL and EPL. It was very much opinion based, didn't really have much thought behind it. Just a bunch of teams that just my opinion on a bunch of teams, really. So I do apologise if I put your club in anything below neutral or the no opinion category. But yeah, that's how I'm thinking. So yeah, we got my beloved Forest, the team I'll support over everything, over any team whatsoever. They get my full support. Then we got the solid lads, you know, the teams that I look out for, hope they do well unless they're playing us, and just generally hope their results go the way they planned. Hopefully we'll see some of those teams in the Premier League alongside us and not replacing us. Neutral is just teams that I don't really care about. You know, they could win, they could lose, wouldn't really feel anything. I think I like some teams more in the neutral category than some others. Like Reading, example, I hope they survive and pull through their current issues. Whereas Fulham, if they got relegated, I wouldn't really care. So you get the idea I'm going with there. No is just teams I don't really like and would always bet against. Bournemouth is probably the weakest one in that list because they are a likeable team, but I just don't like them because we can't beat them. The no opinion category is pretty self-explanatory, just teams I don't really have an opinion over. The Franchise Rats is the team I probably hate the second most, and then Derby the team I hate the most. Sorry if I offended anyone, but hey, it's just my opinion at the end of the day, even if it is the correct opinion. But yeah, I'd love to know what team you support and where you'd put other teams on this list. So, you know, go ahead and make your own tier list and do this, because I think this was just a single-use one, so I do apologise for that. But send them to me on Twitter if you want to. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.